Hi there, welcome to my channel. So this is my 2025 journal and I really like this. I really like the cover of the journal. It says do more of what you love, which is the motto that I will follow in 2025. Anyway, this is a 160-page journal. It has a dot grid. The page is 100 GSM, obviously. So the first thing that I usually like to do with a new journal is to break the spine of the journal, because usually journals don't lay flat, and if the journal doesn't lay flat, it tends to get a little difficult to do any kind of writing or artsy stuff in your journal. So I found like a middle-ish page in this journal, and what I would do is just press it down. You see, because if you break the spine, it does lay completely flat. And so yeah, that's exactly what I'm up to right now. So all you gotta do is just press it flat. I also like to tend to take the last page of the journal and put it flat, because I do have some work for the last page of the journal actually. I want to kind of make a flap at the last page of the journal so that I can actually, save the junk that I collect. I don't want things to fall off. So here's me trying to make the flap. So I am using the OG Fevicol to actually get it done. Also, I had to trim down the sides because it obviously wouldn't fit the back of the journal. It's pretty thin. And did you guys see the heart that I made? I just had to say it out here because it's so cute. So yeah, and I know the cut that I made, it's very crooked, but I can't help it. I genuinely can't help it. Also, here's me using the back side of my scissor to actually press down the sides of the flap that I made, because I didn't know that it makes the entire thing so much more cohesive. Here is the stash of my journal supplies that I got for my journal. Now, fun fact is, I just keep these supplies in random packages. The package that you can see on top is literally the packaging in which my phone cover came for my new phone. And yes, that is a stencil. And no, I did not buy it for my journaling purposes. I already owned it. Now, if you can see, you will also see that is an otaku sticker which I bought very recently, and there is a whole lot of stickers and stuff that's in there. Yes, that is an Attack on Titan miniature wallpaper thingy. So yeah. Usually people will end up doing the first page of the journal, but I don't like to do it that way. I like to do my 2025 vision board. It's the first thing in the journal. So I left the first 3 pages, and I'm gonna use the 4th and the 5th page of this journal to do the vision board. This is just something that I believe works for me because it gives me sort of a larger picture of what I want this journal to be. So yeah, now I will be honest, these are the pictures pictures that I already got, that I got from my vision board, and I did recut them before, because sitting there and cutting pictures individually while filming a video makes it really lengthy. So yeah, you can see that I'm trying to arrange my pictures, and yes, there is a skincare picture that you saw and a picture that says daily vlog, because guess what guys, this is technically my first YouTube video and I want to do more YouTube videos. So yeah. I really hope you guys don't mind my setup. My setup for YouTube is genuinely very trashy, because currently I do not really own a stand for my phone and I'm filming this video on my phone. So yes, and this is literally my favorite picture because it says I'm gonna get my freaking PhD, which your girl will this year. This is the goal. So yes, I'm really sorry about the filming quality and how everything is moving so much. Also, yes, that is me putting a picture of a book with a bird, because I do own 4 birds and they are literally my everything. Also, just to let you guys know, the 2025 and the vision board that is written, I hand wrote them with my brush pens. So yeah, that's why they look a little crusty and crooked. So now that we have figured out sort of the layout, I am gonna go ahead and stick them to finish this vision board. So this is the finished vision board that you have in front of you guys. It really did take a lot of effort to make it look this aesthetic. I actually had to sit in Pinterest for hours to actually find the pictures that I want and the pictures that kind of resonate with my year that I am planning. So yeah, this is what it is. Yes, I know that says people 1 star would not recommend, but that does not mean it's you guys. You guys are really sweet, even though I don't know you guys, I know it. So now you can see that I have this textured piece of cardboard, but it's technically textured on one side. I'm planning to use this as a bookmark though for this journal, but that's beside the point. So now we are going to move on to make a key for this journal, right where I am using my finger to point at. So I like my key to be in a separate piece of paper so that whenever I require the key to be at a different place, I can like take it out sort of from the journal. So here's me using a very similar paper for the key as I used for the flap of the journal. So I'm gonna use like the back side of my scissor. This is to actually make the marking very precise so that I know exactly where to cut. Also, my scissor did change color because I own way too many of them at this point. So to make the key, what I'm going to use is my 𝗕𝘂𝗹𝗲𝗁 black brush pen. I'm also going to use my flare glass gel in black. Along with this, I am going to use a stencil to actually make lines that are straight so that none of my writing gets crooked. And I'm going to use a pencil to actually make those markings. So here you go, I made a top line and a bottom line. And now I'm going to use my brush pen to write the key. I know my camera is not focused, but trust me, it gets better. It does get better. Don't give up on it. I'm making the writing a little thicker so that it's visible. So now that we've written the heading, we are next going to do something, and that is we're going to use our black gel pen to write the keys. So first is task. This symbol to mark if the task is in progress. And I use this symbol to mark that my task is completed. This essentially shows that my task was migrated. Literally means that the task was cancelled. Now this is a future log key, and I will show you what a future log is to people that don't know what it is, and to people that know, well, you know. This is what I use to mark events and appointments. And I literally use that one dash for notes. I also use a star sign for my important or top priority things. This is how I reschedule, and obviously the last thing that I'm going to use is for extra. And now again, I'm going to use a stencil to mark a line because of my very lack of skill, and I did mark that so that it's easier for me to cut and have the cut straighter and not do the same thing that I did with the flap. And after doing that, what I decided on doing is making the key a little slimmer, because it does kind of look a little thick for that. So I'm gonna use again the pencil to make straighter cuts, and while I'm doing that, I'll also round the corners because I really have a thing for rounded corners. So now we are going to stick the key with obviously the 𝗕𝗂𝗃𝗃, and so here is me sticking the key, and that you see is the key. And now this is the key with my camera focused. Now to proceed, we have to do our cover page. So here is a rose that I kind of tried out between my very big books, and I am going to use it to make my front page really aesthetic and something that resonates with me. So this is a picture from this year, that is 2024. I clicked, or actually got this picture clicked during the Durga Puja of this year, and this is really one of my favorite pictures, and I wanted to use it as, you know, for the cover page. Now, so what I'm gonna do is that this is a sticky note. I'm gonna take it away and stick it in a white page, and I am going to use it and my black brush pen to write, "Who are you when no one is watching?" This is something that I did for my previous journal as well, and this is a question that I constantly keep asking myself, so I felt that it's right to add it here. So now I'm gonna fill it up. So this could be a mini introduction to myself. So this is me, Sukanya, and I'm a Leo, and I'm born in the year 2000. I am an INTP. My chronotype is dolphin, and yes, I am a female. If you guys do want a longer introduction video, to let me know. I would love to do that, along with questions that you guys have. So yeah, now I would like to try for a placement. Also, my camera did stop working, so while that was happening, I wrote archive of my 20s. And for people who don't know, the archive of my 20s is something that RM from BTS, that is Kim Namjoon from BTS, does in his album Indigo. So because I'm 25, so I use it for my 20s. So this is me trying to stick things the right way. Also, I think I'm gonna be a little bit fancy with what I'm doing here, and you can clearly see why I said that I'll be a little bit fancy, because I'm literally going to use a band-aid. Yes, even whether it's a band-aid to kind of stick the rose. I'm just deciding the placement right now. This is how it looks so far with the key, but I do feel that the bottom side of the first page is kind of empty, so I'm gonna add a few other things. And to whoever said that you have to be perfect, with your journal, well, you don't have to. You can clearly see me doing a mistake in the next few seconds. So yeah, I had to remove that to put the 2025 that I made. Okay, I kind of made this with a brush pen, and I got the inspo from Pinterest. You guys can look it up. You will find really similar and cute inspos. So yeah, now that I'm done sticking it, so the second to the third page of the journal is for index, and here you see me doing a mistake again because I wrote that index and I did not really like it. So yeah, I'm gonna stick this. I wrote this with a pen stencil, and I'm just gonna stick it because for some reason I do feel the theme this year I want to go for is red, and that looks kind of decent. I'm not gonna say that I'm happy with the index, how it looks, but yeah. So for my index, I am gonna write the 2025 vision board as the first page of this journal. And this journal, the pages of this journal is not really marked, so I go along marking the pages. So after the index and the vision board, the next thing I like to do is my 2025 goals page, where I essentially write about my career goals, my financial goals, and my personal or health goals. You will see them. I'm using a stencil to do the heading. So here's me trying to darken the goals that I wrote with the stencil, so it looks a little better. I'm also going to use the red brush pen to mark the upper side so that it looks cohesive with the red. So here is it. Wait for my camera to focus. Yes, there you go. Now that it's focused, you can see how it looks. So now I'm gonna write the sub goals, that is career goals, my financial goals, and my personal and health goals. So here's me filling it out. So here I'm gonna leave 2 pages out for a very personal mental inventory that I won't be showing in this video. But up next, what I'm gonna do is make a future log. So I'm gonna use my black brush pen to write future log and use the red one to make that line. And so this is the key for my future log. So I'm gonna stick the key at the side because so that accessible in both the pages, because I like to have a future log that is for 12 months. So I'm going to use 4 pages for 12 months. That basically means 3 months in 1 page. So here I am just simply writing down the months and the dates. So I just like to do a time calendar for that, and I already made a mistake, so here's me sticking a page. You will find my ADHD brain counting the numbers in the calendar again because there is a high chance I am wrong. So here is the done future log. Pages, and this is how the key looks as well on the side. So up next we have something that is called a book log, and I like to do that, and a watch log. Now after that I'm gonna do a page that is called what to check out, because I usually forget when people ask me to check things out, and so I can write it down here. And the next thing is a work schedule. So I completely forgot about doing the work schedule, so you will find me getting back to it later. So now, important part, we are going to do the financial goals for 2025, and this is something that I dedicate an entire page to. parts so that it goes in there. I'm gonna break it into parts. And I decided I wanted to do 4, so I'm doing 4 currently. Now up next we are going to do medium turn goals, and we're going to repeat the same process. Again for my short-term goals. Now usually my long-term goals are for about 1 to 2 years. My medium-term goals are for 5 to 12 months, and my short-term goals are for 2 to 5 months. That's how I like to break them. Goals page. Now on the page right beside my financial goals, I am gonna make a page that is for my savings sinking fund. Now, what is a sinking fund? Like to do that as an explanation video when I probably end up doing a video on explaining what is there in my journal and how it works. But yeah, for now you will see me filling the heading saying savings sinking fund. Now I like to have it right beside my financial goals is because I like to see what I am doing and what is the purpose of me doing this particular task. So it helps me be motivated throughout the year. So yeah, and for me this is actually really helpful. I have actually done this in my previous year's journal and I'm still using it, and trust me, it's really helpful. It helps in managing my finances so well, you have no idea. I did spill the pen like a little bit here and there, but this is the full view. And in the next page, which is also very important, in this next page I will do something that is called a debt overview. Now, I do pay a monthly installment, and for me to keep it under control and keep track of what is going on, I require this page. So here's me writing it out with the red, and trust me, this red really resonates with the word debt in general because I do not want it to be out of my focus. Because there are a lot of things that I need to fill in this, and for that, doing it sideways is better. So the first thing that I write here is something that's called the debt name. This is the name of the debt. If it's a person that owes, that I owe money to, so it would be their name. Then it is the balance, like after each payment, what is the balance? After that, it is the interest rate that I'm paying. After that, it is the minimum balance that requires to be paid to clear this debt. maximum payment, and after that the target date of at what time, what day do I want to finish it, and then finally it is the time span. So it is the amount of time that I require to pay off this debt. So now I'll go ahead and use the brush pen to mark the lines of the debt overview page. So this is the page in all its glory. So in the next page we have something that is called the debt payoff sinking fund. It is very similar to the savings sinking fund that I did previously, and this is just going to help me pay off my debt. So here I am writing the heading, and so now this is how the pages look. So up next we do have our work schedule that I left previously undone. So I am just going to section the page in 4 boxes and write the 7 days of the week, and one other box would be a note section, and that is just going to be my work schedule. I'm just going to write the headings for each day with my black brush pen. this is how my work schedule looks from the top. And that is the notes section. If you reached this far of the video, thank you very much for watching, and that's all, you guys. Bye. I love you.